let's recap also so we can do it again when McMuffin is here next time.
Okay. Basically, we exit the mirror world into the material world, and Malik comes forward and shows us a box, and it's filled with little voodoo dolls of our main party. And there is a doll fight, and ultimately, Yulia manages to get the McMuffin and the Yulia dolls, but McMuffin still has Gorath's doll for now. Let's see. McMuffin is still holding his tank with the two fish, and we figure out that there's this black stone at the bottom with a rune on it that says sea or ocean, and so we kind of make some assumptions based on that. We we rest, we get back up, we try to sift through the house that we exited the mirror into, and they set it on fire. I say they as in, was it McMuffin and Gorath? I don't remember who. Somebody set the house on fire, so we got the hell out of there, went back through the mirror, and Yulia has some major deja vu because they see this sort of long hallway with mirrors on either side, and it appears, as Yulia had kind of dreamed about the night before, it appears that these are all mirrors of past and potential victims. And we find one where the people are still alive, nobody's mourning, and Yulia kind of goes on a little reconnaissance mission and sees that there's this girl, the potential victim, who is turning 16, and she's got her priestly vestments on, and it's going to be her whole coming-of-age confirmation ceremony. Yulia has to keep Birdie, who McMuffin sent through, keep him from attacking the house cat, and she points the magical lighter at him, and he loses his shit, screeches at the top of his lungs, and is sucked into it Ghostbusters style. Yulia escapes back through the mirror and makes a note of who she sees and tries to remember the faces. She tells the party what happened. They decide to go back to the temple mirror. And they see that people are walking by. One of them has a yellow robe. And Yulia says that all of the robes have been in primary colors so far, and altogether they would be types of light. And so we assume it's another light guard. And that's where I left off.
Cool. That's the short version.
I know, right? Sorry, I don't know what's going to be important or not.
It is true. Well, no, it's sensational.
Fair summary, huh?
Oh yeah, no doubt. No, it's impressive. It's more like I'm kind of jealous because like I could never be that detailed.
That was definitely the clipped version. Just so you know.
I would be like, oh yeah, we did the stuff in the junk, and then there was a thing.
I write as I go, because if I wait until afterwards, I know I won't do it, so...
Yeah, for sure. No, I get it.
Yeah.
No, that's totally cool. And so, you guys were in the mirror plane still, right?
Correct.
And
yes.
You guys were going to bop through the mirror into the hidden room to get a closer look at what was going on in the room.
Sounds about right.
And so, if I remember correctly, and I do because I just listened to the recordings right before we did this, Gorath, you and Yulia were the first through. You were walking through to the room, to the hidden room, and then McMuffin, and then finally, what's his name? Malik was kind of making sure your rear flank was protected. Cool. And so, as you walked through, you heard kind of a tearing sound again. It's a semi-familiar sound that you've heard before. Loud, like almost shaking, like tearing sound. And as you emerge from the mirror, you're in a very, very dark room, which is odd because unexpected, because you were expecting to be in the what you were seeing was, the well lit hidden room. I don't know if it was well lit, but this is clearly something different. You're standing in a room in the dark.
Wonderful.
Gorath wants to see what he sees.
Mm-hmm. Gorath, having dark vision, can see. You see, it's like there. You see, there is. There, you can definitely see some dim light coming through the windows. You can hear rain coming heavily down on a roof that, when you look up, you can see just like shadows of like rafters and whatever. You notice that. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but like, you're not sure. You like there. You're almost like assuming that someone's like McMuffin is behind you, but there's no one behind you if you turn around.
Did we hear them come through?
No, you do not.
Okay.
But you can see Yulia. She's standing right in front of you. The dimly lit room, you can see like what looks to be a bed off to your right. You can see like there appears to be like kind of a lump in the middle of the room. You can see like very faintly like a desk in the back. The light is coming through what appears to be like some glass doors, some like fancy stained glass doors that appear to go to the outside, because you can see, they're covered with rain, and you can see like the occasional lightning will flash. But it's very dark. It's night. So there's not a ton of light in here, but with your dark vision, you can kind of make out the things that are going on.
Okay. And does the room look dilapidated, like a lot of
unused,
disuse, or is it lived in and somewhat kept?
Right. So you can see you can't see shit probably, right?
I can't see shit.
You're looking at a room like. But Gorath kind of spies around. You can see, even in the dim light, that the bed appears to have like, like silk beddings that are just like completely destroyed and caked with dust. What's weird to you? Like, there's dust all over and cobwebs all over this room, so it does look a little dilapidated. But like, the floor is weirdly like spot free of dust. There's no dust. It's quite clean, and that
interesting.
All the way out, emanating to what appears to be the only window and the only door to the whole place. The rest of the entire thing looks like stone. It's just like stone, 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 stone.
Well, I think we might have taken a wrong turn at that mirror.
Yulia will just ask Gorath, what does it look like? Where are we? Because again, I'm sure that she's not able to see much.
Well, there's a small room, there's a door and a window. Looks like it's nighttime, it's raining, it's got some nice stuff in it, but it looks like it's, pretty not it doesn't look like anyone's been here recently, except for the floors.
I mean, does Gorath mention that the floor is the only clean thing in the room?
Floors look great. Some of us went through with a sweeper.
And nothing else. Well, that's definitely not. That's definitely not usual. Can we try looking out the window?
Sure. I mean, do you have a light source, Yulia? I don't know if you do or not.
I think I have a torch. Let me check. Yeah, okay. Let's let's light a torch
Cool.
and see what we can see.
Okay. That's easy enough. Cool. So you light a torch, and yeah, it's way more clear now. Like in the center of the room, it actually looks like there might be a figure there.
I was going to ask, does the lump just mean like a rise in the flooring, or is literally just something there?
Yeah, something is there. It's like, well, and the room is fairly large. I would say like 50-foot circle, let's say. Right? Like, and it's circular, which is, what it is. In the center of the room, there is what appears to be like a robed figure with a pointy hat, which is funny. And there, what looks like some sort of like a 5-foot circle of something white, like in a circle, and the figure is within that circle. Some kind of white. You can't tell what it is.
I mean, Yulia's bet would be salt. Does it look like grains, or does it look more like a powder?
It definitely. If I'm assuming Yulia probably does have excellent eyesight, you can see even in the the torchlight.
Firelight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it could be salt.
I just my knee-jerk reaction would be to not disturb the circle of salt. God only knows what it's keeping in or out. She'll kind of inspect the figure. Is it huddled up on the ground? Is it, laying down or sitting or what?
Are you going to move towards it? Like, what are you doing in the room? You guys are at the far end of the room.
Yeah, if it's a large room, Yulia will probably walk cautiously forward to get a better look.
Cool. Yeah. So as you approach, the pointy hat moves a bit, and like almost you feel like you catch like in the firelight, like a little reflection off of eyes, and you hear coming from the figure, "Well, thank you for the light."
Yulia jumps a little bit, just awkwardly. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. Who are you? Where is this?
He says, and it's definitely a man's voice. You are in my tower, and I will tell you who I am when you tell me. And after you tell me who you are.
Well, she asked first.
And he responds with, and like you can tell, with like a tinge of annoyance. I am Sir Ura Calcius Demarcus. Master
spelling?
maid. Hold on. I'm going to copy and paste it. Boink. Sorry, Calcidius. Ura Calcidius Demarcus. Master Mage, House of Diargus, hero of the Griffin Marches. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Does Yulia recognize any of that?
No.
No.
Does Gorath?
No.
Is there like an insight? I'm too used to D&D. Is there any kind of insight roll I could make to?
Oh, to see how full of shit it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Wisdom. Absolutely.
Wisdom.
Always wisdom. Wisdom is very popular.
Nine. Nine.
What question would you be pondering with this?
Let's see. What I guess I would ask what a grand mage like himself is doing in a tower with no light.
That's what you're trying to ascertain. like, so you're. I mean, like.
Well,
you can ask him
like
the question, but like, are you trying? It feels like to me you're asking like, does this sound like? Does this sound like the type of like that sounds like a powerful person? Does this person seem powerful? And if so, what's he doing here? Right. Is that what you're asking? Kind of.
That's kind of getting at it. I'm having trouble kind of putting it down to a single question. I guess I'm trying to get a feel for why there's just this guy surrounded by a circle and there's no light on and he's just chilling in the center of the room. Yulia's confused.
Yeah, cool. So you can perceive like, so this guy looks like his wardrobe would be very outdated, like classic, like super old school looking wizard, like like pointy hat, like big flowy robes. You can't tell like fully, but like huge long beard, like just like typical. He would strike you as just like a caricature of what the kids would dress up like if they wanted to dress up like
Interesting.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
To the point where it definitely seems out of date, right?
I think we'll. Well, go ahead, Gorath.
Well, Mr. Your Kelsey Demar, I am Gorath Cathcar of the great fighters of a place whose name I forget at the moment. Hero of the Mirror Plane. Perhaps you've heard of me.
And he says, "Can't say that I do, sir. I tell you what, would you mind if you could just like, I don't know, sweep up some of this salt off the floor for me?"
Don't do it, Gorath. Don't do it.
Well, the lady's in charge.
What? How did you get there in that circle there?
That is a long story. I'd be happy to tell you if, just like a little bit of, just a little salt, just sweep, just a little.
Well, I mean, why can't you do it yourself?
At that, he like, you can see him. He kind of lifts his head. He was kind of just like not really looking at you guys previously. Now he's looking right at Gorath. It's like, and you can see he's kind of pissed off in his eyes. But then he kind of gathers himself. He says, "If only I could."
Got a bum leg or something?
And with that, he slowly stands up, and kind of like, shakes his legs a little bit and just kind of starts, because it's like a 5-foot circle, so he can pace a little. So he starts pacing. And he says, "Well, my apprentice made a grave error and trapped me in my own spell.
Does it... Excuse me. Does it have anything to do with time magic, does it?
And you can see that like, like, he gives an expression like, that was
not what he was expecting.
That's an interesting question. And he says, not time specifically, but I was protecting myself from demons, actually. But I digress. If you could just find a way to kick a little of that salt out of the way, that would be wonderful.
Yulia will kind of pipe up with, I'm sorry to tell you, Sir Mage, but I'm generally wary of disturbing salt circles, considering that things can get pretty nasty pretty quick, depending on what is inside the circle.
And you can see him, he's just like standing there staring at you, and you can definitely see the anger in his eyes this time. And he says, I'll ask one more time. Could you just help a brother out and kick some of that salt out of the way, please?
Yulia will...
Do you happen to know someone named, and then insert the name of the time?
Oh, Maven.
Maven, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Maven.
Do you happen to know someone named Maven, Meg?
That's a good question. He would answer with, and what if I do?
Well, I mean, we know Maven, Meg.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Gorath, please stop talking.
Stop helping.
Yeah, you can stop helping now. And she'll ask Gorath, come let us try the door and see, what's on the other side.
All right, hold tight, Mr. Uricali. We're gonna check and make sure the room's clear.
Don't disturb the salt, Gorath. Just keep clear of it.
Disturb the salt.
That's good. So, Yulia will walk around the circle and kind of just go past it over to the door. And I don't know if it's barred at all.
So it's very nice. Like, you could tell, a very expensive stained glass. Very, very solid, heavy door. Lots of iron and whatever. And there's a key on the inside of it. Yeah, on your side, which is interesting.
Yeah, it would have had to have been closed from the inside. Can I see out the window at all?
Yeah, it's
What is out- what
it's
is-
colored glass, but yeah, you can see that. You see occasional lightning flashes. The rain is very heavy, like dropping all over the window pane. You can definitely hear it on the roof.
Does it look like we're up high, like we are in a tower?
It does, actually. You're a good 100 feet up.
Okay. And can I see any trees surrounding us?
Mm-hmm. Tons of trees.
And does it look like the trees are like being blown around by the wind?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Yulia is just very concerned about this salt circle. It might not be her area of expertise, but this is a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of worries that if she opens the door, the wind or the storm might disturb the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Be very smart.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of wondering if it might be worth a chance on that hat that Yulia made for Gorath and see if he can determine anything about. I don't even know if history would be it, or knowledge of demons, or again witchcraft or demon summoning isn't exactly her forte, but.
You want Gorath to use the skull cap in here?
Gorath, what do you think? What do you want to do?
I totally even forget what the friggin' skull cap did. I don't have it written down here.
Yeah, it was.
I'm looking for it because it's like, oh really? I did not see that coming. Let's see where I got this. Where is it? I know I got it somewhere. Oh, I see. Let's do this. Boink, boink. Sorry, I gotta find this. I don't know where it is.
I know.
Okay, got it. Is it better if I tell you what the skull cap table is, or is it better if I don't? I think it's better if I don't.
What's the like? I put it on and I roll for something, and then it has a chance of causing an effect, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, unless it's specifically knowledge or something that can be granted, I suppose it doesn't work here all that well.
It's funny. I mean, hold on. Let me see. I can give you guys a hint at what it would do. Let's see. Yeah, it'll either be very good or very bad. Let's just say that.
Yes, Brian, we knew that. You didn't. That wasn't a hint.
But knowledge is definitely something. You would probably want to put on the cap, ask a question, and see what happens.
Well, it's up to you, Gorath. My only other plan is to see if there is an obvious way down from the tower, like if I can see stairs or something out the window. And
well, I mean, here's a question: is there a mirror from where we came from?
Yes. You look back and you see you've definitely seen this mirror before.
Oh, where?
You're pretty sure you burned the place down where this mirror was.
Oh.
Or it looks very similar.
Very similar. Okay, hold on. Maybe we want to take a 5-minute break so I can catch up on writing.
Sure.
All right. Give me a second.
Oh, man. Yeah. I haven't read the skull cap table for a while.
Well, it just went so well last time we used it. It's kind of...
You guys have only used it once. And
Exactly. But when you're first time using something, it goes badly. It's like, okay, we don't need to use this.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, there's some funny shit in here. Whoever wrote this is a genius.
Whoever wrote this.
I am pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah, I don't take it as a good sign when you're laughing. That is almost always a bad sign.
I mean, half of this is good.
50% is a failing grade, Brian.
It really is.
You don't want to get a 50%.
You really don't. I will tell you, hilariously, because I remember the first time you did this, Gorath, you rolled snake eyes. And yeah, number 2 is you go blind for a while.
Yeah.
That is fucking awesome. I do love almost everything I do anymore when I write stuff down. I make it, it's always vague. Like, I love you go blind for a while. That is like, yeah, the perfect table response in my mind. It's like, a while. Define. Why?
A while.
Yeah. You did go blind for a while, right? Back in the day. It was funny. Yulia, what are you writing?
I'm sorry, I had to go do something, so I was just listening for a little while. I'm almost done, I promise.
Yulia, you want me to order something to come here?
Oh, you guys
like food?
Food?
If you guys want to food, we could take a 10-15 minute break.
You want to put in an order for like Vinny's or something? Or there's actually what's it called? There's a burger place that's actually pretty good. I don't know.
Is there?
Are you hungry, babe?
I'm fairly hungry. I'm not eaten yet, and
I mean,
these new things are making me fucking hungry all the time.
Ravenous.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Breakfast donuts.
What are you in the mood for?
Okay. I don't know. A sandwich sounds really good.
Sandwich.
A sandwich.
The
Subway's
Sammy.
just down the corner.
Okay, I think I'm caught up.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we could. Do you guys want to take a break in a bit, or take a break now?
Up to you. Gorath, any preferences?
We can wait a bit.
Cool.
We can wait to see what happens with the skull cap.
Do you want to go for it just to see what happens?
Sure.
All right.
Gorath will be like, let's see if that magic thing that you made for me can help us in this situation.
What do we want to ask it? To identify the being inside the circle.
Is the person inside the circle going to try to kill us?
All right, let's see the roll.
2d6.
2d6? Okay.
Mm-hmm. 8.
Hey!
I can't wait for what is this? Which page? Sorry, I closed. Oh, where's my page? Cool. So, hold on. Why can't... Come on, Coggle. Give me the text. Thank you. Okay. I am going to. Oops. That wasn't good. Sorry. I just closed the page. Sorry, I got to DM this to Gorath now. I love this. That's a great one. I can tell you, like, I'm probably most proud of this skullcap list of anything I've ever done.
Damn it.
It's
All
great.
right, so if I comprehend the thing, tell me the thing, but I just won't be able to. I understand what it means, so tell me the thing.
There you go.
Gorath will look at Yulia with a determined stare and say, "Pasta." And Gorath will look confused and be like, "Krebs."
God.
Will look more confused again, kind of look around, and point at the wizard and say, "Knife."
I'm gonna take that as I'm gonna take that as a no. We should not disturb the circle. Nod or shake your head.
Elmer's. And this is like for Brian. Is this an effect only of speech or like
All communication.
No, I you could probably mime some stuff if you want or something, you know. But yeah.
okay? Gorath will point at the wizard again and be like, "Boob," and then he'll do like he'll do the mime the like throat cut thing with his finger.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that as a leave the circle alone. So, all right, Gorath, I want you to come over here, and I'm gonna try opening the door, and I need you to be a windbreak, just to make sure that. And he just says random shit.
No, I can come over to the door.
Does it... Wait, is he allowed to speak when he's not talking about what the hat told him?
Yes.
Or is he still speaking random words? Oh, okay. Oh.
I will post it. I will post it for you too, because.
Wow.
That one is awesome.
That's a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Gorath, I'm assuming he has his cloak on and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want I want to try to open the door, but I want Gorath to kind of be behind me and keeping any wind from passing too far into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Gorath will have his sword at the ready as well.
Wow. He is going to attack the wind.
I attack the wind.
Hmm?
Okay, Yulia's
Cool.
going to try the door.
Roll me some decks. Let's just see how this little.
Oh God.
Both of us?
No, just Yulia. I think she's trying to slide out the door, right? Like
Quickly.
oh yeah,
12.
Woo! Okay, yeah. So you try the key. The key works just like you'd expect. You jiggle the handle and it's going to give, and you guys do like is the idea for Gorath to remain in the room or come with you through the...
No, I want him to, again, I'll tell him, like, okay, once we've got this open, you need to slip out, without letting any, or while still trying to block the door as much as possible, and just get out quickly, and we'll close it immediately.
Okay, so he's coming with you, though.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool. So, yeah, he stands in a blockade fashion, probably, I guess. You slide you open the door. Wind definitely comes in. And you're getting soaked. And you guys slide right out the door and shut the door.
Correct. Awesome. All right. Now where the hell are we?
Cool. So you guys you're standing outside of a balcony. There is a rather large telescope mounted out here. It looks like like a large brass one. It's probably like a 12 by 12 balcony, right? That has like, like a, it has, I keep wanting to say fence, but it has, like, my mind is blanking. Just like, it has a rail. Thank you. Jesus. Don't get old. So
I do that already. I'm going to be so screwed.
And it looks, you can almost see you can see the night sky very well. You're getting drenched with rain.
Soaked.
And it's, it's bouncing off, but you can clearly see a telescope. You can clearly see you're up. It appears that you're kind of in, like this tower would be in a small clearing in what could be a forest as far as you know. But it's definitely thick trees and you're definitely up in them, right?
Yeah.
There's no tree like close to this. Again, this appears to be the only way in and or out. And, like maybe you peer down, Yulia, and you can, it's 100 feet. You can see just darkness down there, not much else. And there is no staircase or any apparent way to get up here. And that's all you know.
Alrighty.
Is the telescope pointing up at the sky or down towards the earth?
It's pointed up for sure.
Is it adjustable?
Yes.
Can we move it around?
Yeah.
Okay. Gorath has better vision, I'd say, than Yulia, and it is dark. So, what can Gorath see if he looks around through it?
Yeah, cool. So, it's like on a swinging tripod that is bolted, so hence it won't, be blown away or anything. Uh-huh. It's very big. It's very heavy. Like you look through it and you can see a lot of cool shit. Like you'd be amazed. You can see like straight up into lightning and clouds. Clouds become, very predominant. It's covered in rain, of course, and the clouds overtake the sky, so that's really all you can see. But you could assume, like on a clear day, this thing would be awesome. Like you would see some cool constellations.
What about down?
Oh, cool. Yeah, so down, it looks like the trees have definitely been cleared. They're nowhere near the. Two things you could probably guess: like you don't want people coming up here, and you want clearing so you get a good view of the sky.
Okay, so no visible other buildings or infrastructure or anything like that?
Nope. Classic Wizard's Tower in the middle of nowhere.
Are there any, I don't know, symbols or anything that might be, I don't know, indicative of a spell or a switch or something like that?
On the device?
On the device, on the balcony itself, does it look like there's any symbols, runes, anything that might indicate
Does
Like-
Yulia want to ask Gorath this, and then Gorath can use his superior vision to look?
Yeah, go ahead. Yulia will ask Gorath, tell me what your orc eyes see.
So I've got awareness, which will give me advantage, and then perception is wisdom, so that +1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 8.
Okay. So yeah, there's definitely like a rune on there that you don't know what it is, but there are definitely markings on this thing.
The
Okay.
telescope?
Mm-hmm.
On the telescope itself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What did I roll last time to have Yulia decipher? I do have decipher as a skill.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
So,
I'm being attacked by a kitten. Go over there.
oh no.
What are you trying to decipher?
What they mean, what they might indicate.
Okay, sure. So yeah, decipher is a skill. So roll me the advantage to 3d6.
Okay. D6.
So
That would be an 8.
Yep, cool. So
Oh, what's the +1 on Gorath's? Wait.
Yeah,
That's for wisdom.
yeah, but
Uh,
you kind of don't do that with these, but that's fine.
Okay.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter.
okay.
Cool. So you can tell it's it's almost like it's not necessarily the maker of the thing, but maybe it is. But this is definitely like a magical item of some sort, right? It seems to be fairly normal. It operates as a normal telescope would. I imagine telescopes are very, very rare back in the day, but whatever. But yeah, the runes would lead you to believe that there is some sort of magic element with this, for sure.
Well, seems to be our situation here is either try to get down from the tower or go back inside, and because McMuffin and Malik are still in the mirror plane, or if they did cross over, they crossed over somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what do we want to do, Gorath? What do you think?
I think it's a bit cold and wet out here.
That is very good. Yes, that is. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Very
But
astute.
I don't see no way out. I don't have a rope long enough to get down, and because it's all rainy and windy, we'd probably die trying to do it.
Well, can we get back through the door?
Yeah,
Through the mirror.
give it a go. Hold on, the cat is attacking my microphone, everything. It's been biting all my cords. Okay, yeah, give it a go.
All right. Do I need to roll anything, or can we just say
Nope.
we slip back in?
Slip
Okay,
back in.
we slip back in. The dude is still there, isn't he?
Yep.
Yep. Yulia's like, don't think this changes anything. We're still not letting you out.
So, I mean, just offhand question. How do we get out of here?
You're asking him that?
Yeah.
And he says, well, how did you get in?
Oh, we came in through the mirror.
And he says, well, if you remove the salt just a little bit, and he gets down on his like hands and knees, and he turns his head towards the salt and is attempting to blow it, and it's not moving. He's like, just a little bit is all I really need. I'll show you the door.
Let's try the mirror first, Gorath.
How long have you been inside that salt circle?
And he says, long enough. And he says, no, seriously, just a couple of grains out of the way. Just like part the salt. No?
I don't think so, mate.
Yulia kind of shoos Gorath over to the mirror with her. Like, don't talk to him, not yet. Let's try the mirror.
Well, have you had some cool stuff in here? We haven't looted the place.
Well, I mean, we can certainly check and see if the mirror is even open, and then we can look around. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So let's try and see if the mirror is traversable at all.
Do you
Cool.
want to hold hands while we touch it?
Honestly, Yulia's probably like, yeah, you should probably hold my hand so you don't get up to anything. don't touch the salt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Yulia will kind of put her hand against the mirror and see if it passes through.
Cool. So yeah, you put your hand up to the mirror, and you can, it does like a little like, it makes like a little noise, and like where you touch it, it kind of light. Like what would it look like? Like it does like a circle of light that kind of dissipates through the mirror. Like, but your hand doesn't seem to be able to go through it at this moment.
Okay, like a ripple of light kind of thing.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, okay, we can come back to that.
Let's hit it really hard.
Let's keep that as like a plan C. We'll see what else we can do first before you hit the mirror. Okay. But we can loot. Let's look around.
Looting is good.
Looting is good. Just try not to make it a repeat of last time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean burning the place down?
Yeah, I mean it's stone, but still, I would not. I think we should avoid.
Yes.
Avoid that.
Didn't McMuffin like throw a potion or something at something?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
Muffin
he did.
burn it down. Yeah.
I think, yeah. Sorry, Gorath, that was McMuffin's fault. You're right.
Not everything Gorath's fault.
You're right.
Fair.
I'd say you and McMuffin are pretty high up together on the list.
Sure.
All right,
Totally.
so yeah, let's take a look around and see what information or other stuff we can glean from the room. You'd think if somebody locked some sort of evil force inside a tower, they would kind of want to make it very clear to anyone who happened to trespass why that thing was in the center.
Totally.
If that's what I were doing, I would want to leave a big glowing sign that says "Salt Circle, do not touch. Caution, demon."
Fair. Yeah. It's all good. Yeah, so you guys are kind of peeking around. You see, you walk by up to there's a bed. Yeah, and the like Gorath had noticed, the bedding is just looks like it's ancient and deteriorated. and gross, and tons of dust all over the bed. It's got there's a small table by the bed with like a candle that looks like it burned out like 100 years ago. Very close to where this, in close proximity to the to the salt, there are two stands, like almost like columns, like column stands. On one is empty. There's nothing on it. And on the other, there is this like gorgeous looking egg shaped. It's about the size of like a grapefruit, but it's egg shaped crystal.
Oh.
You also notice a book on again. There's a desk on the north wall. There's a book on it, but you're not standing.
Okay.
I don't know where you're
the
standing.
Crystal over by the mirror, presumably, and now we're just kind of going around the circle from there. Mm-hmm. Okay. The crystal, is it on any kind of stand? Did you say? Does it have?
Yeah. It would have like a little pedestal to keep it, upright. But for sure.
Okay.
You said there are two columns, one of which is empty and one that has the crystal on it?
Yeah. Yes. Did you guys not hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
No, we heard you. We're just we're thinking. All right, crystal or book? I know which one Yulia is going for first.
Cool.
Yulia heads over to the book.
Cool. So along the north wall, there's this, desk with, and there's dust on it, and you see the book, and the book has dust all over it as well. But you probably blow the dust off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Roll me some wisdom. Let's see what you think about this.
Yeah. 11.
Cool. So it's very clear to you that the book's cover is made out of human flesh.
Oh, wonderful.
It would also appear that the title, at least, appears to be blood.
Of course. What?
And the title is Communications and Signaling the Beyond.
Oh, he's getting his communications degree. All right. All right. Yulia, does the book look locked at all?
Nope.
All right. Let's crack this sucker open.
Cool. Yeah, and given the 11, so you spend probably ones of minutes reading a little bit of it.
Okay.
And you can immediately tell this is just cracked. This is just a complete bullshit book.
Okay.
This person's there's no author. It's authorless. There's no so but you can tell this person is fucking crazy.
Okay then. Is it just? Is it crazy as in rambling? Is it at just bullshit information? Period.
Yeah, it seems to be. It seems to be. You can tell that even though it is about talking to aliens, but that it's nutty. It you can tell it's it makes no sense. It's kind of like listening to Sarah Palin give a speech. That kind of thing.
Say "you betcha" anywhere in there? No, just okay.
Probably not.
Aw. Yulia
See
will.
the aliens from your own doorstep, don't you know? Yep.
I can see Russia from my evil wizard tower.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yulia will try the same thing that she did with the diary and flip to the end and see if there's any break in writing or something like that?
What do you mean exactly?
I mean, does it feel like somebody was still writing in it and never finished it, or does it feel like it was? Yeah.
No, yeah, this seems like a published work. Quote, published in, like, air quotes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, human flesh bound book with blood. Yeah, that's the person who made this was clearly very, very sane and normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yulia will still grab the book. Honestly, I think she's still. Yeah, I think she's still going to be interested enough in it to grab it. And
you have a bag full of books. It's probably like 20 pounds of books.
It probably is.
Cool.
Okay, and I guess next would be the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Gorath, what are you up to?
As she was reading the book, Gorath was looking at the crystal.
Oh, okay, cool.
And just, almost like the thing with the cat, where he just, comes up to it and just stares directly at it.
Right, and you're like a little mesmerized by its the light gleaming through it kind of thing.
Yeah. Does Gorath get paralyzed?
He does not.
Oh, good.
This is a pretty big crystal. It's hefty. It looks like even without a roll, you can tell like this is probably worth some cash. It looks like a flawless gem kind of thing.
The column that it's resting on, or the pedestal itself that it's resting on.
Yeah.
Does it have any markings? I mean, does that have any markings on it?
It does not.
Okay.
And if you were to look at both columns, it looks like there used to be another one on the other one, but it's gone.
Oh.
And as you're looking, I mean, you guys are just standing at the pedestal, probably just like staring into it.
Probably.
Yeah, cool.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like there's a missing crystal.
Gorath is trying to ascertain something.
Yeah, he's rolling intelligence, but he doesn't. To see if he got an idea. He doesn't get an idea. He's just admiring the crystal.
Cool.
Well, let's see. Eight for trying to determine what the crystal's purpose might be. I mean, if there's one on the other column and it's missing, then that means that either somebody was up here and took the crystal, or it was some sort of, I don't know, mechanism that was supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah, and so in investigating this, do you pick it up?
Probably not going to pick it up just yet.
So maybe you're probably like crouched down, like the camera on the other side is in our video world is looking. Yulia's face is now visible to the camera on the other side through the.
Probably.
Through the crystal.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and so it just looks like it's crystal that's probably worth some cash.
I don't like any of this, Gorath. I don't like this at all.
Well, Gorath will be like, well, I like it. I think I'm going to take it. And Gorath will grab the crystal.
And as soon as you do, the mage jumps to his feet. He says, "That's not yours." And you see like a couple of fireballs come right at you, and basically bounce and are dissipated against like the unseen force from the salt. But definitely fireballs.
Just I'm imagining them just ricocheting around.
Exactly.
It's like,
Exactly. Yeah, and the flame from the fireballs, like cranks and makes the crystal even that much more gorgeous.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but you're kind of trapped in there, and it doesn't look like you're gonna get out because neither of us is gonna let you out, and I can just take it, and you can't really do anything about it. So sorry, but I think it's mine now.
He says, "I apologize for being so upset. If you just move a little bit of the salt, you can keep the crystal. But just give me a little bit of just wipe the salt away, just a little bit."
But
I mean, Gorath, you do already have the crystal.
Yeah, I can just put it in my bag without having to go move any salt or anything.
Just imagining him slowly putting the crystal in his bag as he's talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as that happens, the door to the balcony flies open.
Oh shit!
And a hooded figure comes in and slams the door shut again, and screams, "Do not touch the salt."
Oh yeah, we're way ahead of you, man. We're not touching that salt for anything.
Yeah, no, we're not touching the salt. I was just not taking this crystal, maybe.
And the figure spins around, and you can see it's a woman. And she's drenched.
Yep.
And you can see her, like, she just kind of ignores you two, walks over to the, kind of inspecting the salt. And you can, and she kind of, maybe being careful not to drip any water on it and that sort of thing. Takes off her cloak. And she's a young woman, dark hair. She looks oddly familiar, but you can't really place it.
She doesn't look like Maven Mag.
She does not look like Maven Mag.
Okay.
No, I figured out that he was Potato.
And she looks at you very weirdly. And then she looks at you, Yulia, and she says, "Who are you two, and how did you get in here?"
Yulia will just say, we're travelers who were stuck in the mirror plane, and we managed to get into this tower through the mirror, but we don't know how to get back.
Yeah, we touched a mirror to go into a place that's not here, and then there was a tearing sound, and we got here instead of where we meant to go.
Right, and she's looking at you like you guys are both fucking crazy.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. God.
And she looks and walks over to the mirror, and she said, "Oh, you guys can travel by mirror."
Well, there didn't. I mean, how did you get here? We couldn't see any way to get up or down from the tower. She looks down at her, like indicates her drenched clothing. We didn't. We were outside and we didn't see anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she turns to you and says, "Well, levitation is a very easy spell, but the protections on this place are not very easy spells to crack. But mirror walking. Didn't see that coming."
What, why... Did you come here because you sensed that we were here?
You tripped the alarm, yes.
Yulia wants to ask like 5 different questions at once, like why is this thing trapped in the circle? Why is it in a tower? What is your alarm system? Was it the crystal? Like what is going on?
And you probably ask all of those questions, right? Like
Blah, 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 yeah.
Yep. And she turns back around to you, and she's a young woman, probably about your age, right, Yulia? And like not pretty, but on the borders of pretty, but like just young. You get like a sense, because now she's just looking you up and down, both of you. You can tell she's like put out. She's a little pissed off. She's like, well, of course you'd have to do this in the storm. And she looks and points at, and she's like, haven't you ever seen an evil mage before?
Well, actually, no. At least I don't think so. We have seen a mage, but she was more just kind of a jerk rather than evil.
And she looks you up and down, and she's like, "Well, and what are you supposed to be? Some sort of holy person?"
Something like that. Yes.
And
she's a cleric for the Church of the Light.
And she does that.
Ugh.
Went to school, did you? Do you go to school for that sort of thing?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Well, I mean, I lived at the school, more like, but, same difference.
Well, they say people that go to school are intelligent, but sometimes you can't tell. And she just kind of like, you can see she's walking around the room a little bit. She goes over to this little keg, kind of kicks it, that was over in the corner that you guys hadn't gotten to yet.
Okay.
Sees the empty, like where the book was. There's no dust, and then there's like inches of dust around it. It's like, you like that book?
Not particularly.
Yeah,
but it's
rubbish.
a book, so yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's rubbish. And like, and she looks at Gorath and says, "Hey, light fingers, you like that crystal?"
Yeah.
And she says, "I don't blame you. I like the other one."
What's the other one?
The one I sold.
Oh. Well, is it cool if I sell this one?
And she says, "Well, those were left for me. I'm very confused right now by exactly who you two are and why you are here."
Well, I mean, I don't know, I can't speak for Yulia. She's the smartest person I ever met. But I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why most things work the way they do. Most of the time, I'll let Yulia or my vampire friend figure that stuff out.
Yulia will just sort of say again, we did not intend to come in this tower, and we were very, very surprised when we turned up here. We were trying to go to a different place, but as soon as we crossed over, we realized that we had gone somewhere totally different.
And it usually has something to do with time magic.
So, we came through the mirror, but why is this mirror here? Why is this all set up the way it is? And just out of character, what is the evil mage guy doing at this point?
He's now sit down and doing the lotus position. And the woman is just it's a look that a similar look to what like Malik constantly is giving you guys. It's just kind of like, and then she's kind of muttering things to herself like, crazy cleric woman that hangs out with vampires apparently walks through fucking things and like, and it walks through a mirror and gets fucking lost walking through a mirror. Like, I don't understand this. And and you can hear her also like mutter, like trailing off, like people. These are the kind of people that walk through mirrors. Like, I don't know.
I can tell you that it all started with Nathan Mag and a tower that killed us multiple times, but we came back.
I don't think you're making it less confusing, Gorath.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying.
I appreciate that, but we barely understand what the hell happened ourselves. In fact, I'd say we have no idea what is going on most of the time.
Yeah, it's complicated.
And the woman, you can hear her muttering, God, I would kill for some tea right now.
I like tea.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think any of us has a set.
Yeah. She says, well, if you hadn't tripped my alarm, I'd be having some right now, back at home.
Why do you have an alarm set for this demon or this mage that's being stored here? Like, why is this set up the way it is?
And you hear her muttering something about people that go to school. She says, you haven't ever seen an evil mage, but imagine you had seen an evil mage. That's what they look like.
Okay.
She points right at him. This, and she, puts her, is his house that we trapped him in, and put up defenses so he can't get out. And then, but yet you two show up.
Well, I mean, we got in, but doesn't look like we would have been able to come back out again without your help.
Yeah, because anytime we try to go through the mirror now, and Gorath will demonstrate by walking up to the mirror and putting his hand to it.
Didn't she fix it?
She snaps her fingers and your hand goes right through it.
Oh.
That's part of the alarm. Mirror walkers. And like you're definitely you're feeling very like you're definitely getting a vibe like you have seen this person or something that's very weirdly familiar about this person.
Yeah, but you're sure she doesn't look like Maven Mag or look like even she might be a descendant? Like, are there features that seem familiar?
There are features that seem familiar, but not to Nathan Mag.
Can we roll to see if it might come to us?
Sure.
I don't know what that would be. I can just do.
That would be some wisdom.
Good old wisdom.
Good old wisdom. 8. That's...
You definitely have that like deja vu, like I know you from somewhere.
Does she look like any of the women or anyone we would have seen through the mirrors when we were looking at, or we were going through the hallway last session?
Nope.
Is she like, and this is out of character to meta, wasn't, McMuffin's, the woman that we met with ravens, wasn't she kind of like that?
With ravens? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wasn't she kind of like what?
Like this chick.
Maybe.
Wait, what? I don't remember this. With ravens?
Yeah. Remember when we first got into Hissfollette?
Mm-hmm.
And we were attacked by something. And
Skeletal ravens, yes.
Yeah, skeletal ravens. And then we met
wasn't it like McMuffin's aunt or something like that?
Yes.
It
Who
was.
somewhat witchy.
Mm-hmm.
And seemed a little put out by us.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have difficulty remembering. But that's what my
Guess.
my guess is. Yeah,
Yes. Her name was DLT.
DLT. Yeah. I guess. Well, since this is out of character, I don't know. I guess Gorath can try to roll for wisdom as well. B6 plus 1.
Yeah, I mean, Gorath definitely gets that sense, like DLT was much older. Definitely.
Are you perhaps related? What's McMuffin's fucking last name?
Good question.
God, what was it? Oh, I'm sure I have this in my thing. Let's see. McMuffin. Oh, I didn't write it down. It was.
I don't even
No,
remember.
He told us, but now I can't remember. But it was
Johnson.
like, yeah, McMuffin of the somethings, right? Like, and it was funny. It was like Mary McCheese, like the McCheese or something.
Yeah,
It was some
McCheese.
McDonald's reference. I don't remember.
Are you perhaps related to the McCheeses?
And you can tell, like, that catches her attention a little bit. And she says, how do you know the McCheeses?
Well, we're one of our party members. His name is McMuffin, and he's a McCheese.
And she says, I don't know any McMuffin, but I know the McCheeses.
Yeah, well...
And then she said, and like, who are you people? What are your names?
I'm Gorath Cathcar, and that's Yulia Mosto yeah.
Yep. we're traveling with McMuffin, but we've also met many of his family members in Hisfalit. Do you know DLT or whatever his parents' names were? I don't remember.
And she says, well, my name is Dreadly Titchwell, and you're in Hisfalit. Well, part of it.
Wow, I don't think McMuffin ever mentioned an evil mage's tower prison.
No,
That seems like it would have been kind of something to mention.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people know about this place?
And she says, almost nobody does.
That's probably fair. You don't want people coming up here and screwing up the salt.
And you can hear a little better this time. Now she gets it.
Well, we promise we won't tell anyone about this, but we well, I don't know, Gorath. What do you want to do? Do you think we should go back through the mirror and meet back up with our party members?
Well, I mean, what I think happened is, and this is going to be one of those times where Gorath is just smart for no reason.
It happens.
Yeah.
What I think happened is that we, when we interacted with the mirror, something that has to do with, our experiences with time travel triggered time travel, so to speak, and we have gone backwards in time, and we are meeting with young DLT here, and McMuffin technically hasn't been born yet.
And she looks at you like you're batshit crazy. Like, turns
not be
to
the first
Yulia
time.
as like...
Won't be the last.
She turns to Yulia and she says, "So you're the smart one." Okay.
It's a low bar. It's not saying much. Look, we apologize. We don't get it much either. We're trying to figure out what's going on as we go, but we are perfectly happy to leave here and not tell anyone where we went. We are perfectly happy to keep this a secret. Gorath, even you.
Easy question is, what's the date?
And she tells you a date that's, a solid 6 years before the date that you are used to.
Yup.
Again, just not the weirdest thing that has happened to us.
Nope.
Yulia barely looks phased at all by this.
And she said, "Well, honestly, you can keep the crystal. It's worth quite a bit of money, by the way."
Oh,
Already. But the important thing here is to keep this quiet. You never saw this. Don't come back.
I mean, what's the guy's name?
The guy?
Yeah, the mage.
Oh, he's some jackass knighted. He was the master mage for a long time of House Diargus. And he did some shit in the Griffin Marches, whatever. They knighted him. Then he went batshit crazy, and as you can see, but he's pretty problematic, actually. His name is Ura Calcidius Demarcus.
Yep.
Okay. Well, without...
I can find out later, but, this crystal that I've got, like, what is it?
That is a star crystal.
Star crystal.
It's probably... I sold mine for 1,200 silver.
Does it have any sort of value other than gold? Does it have a purpose or anything? Why was it just chilling up here?
You'd have to ask Sir Ura here, but they were his.
If it's if it's any reasoning like what I saw in the book, that's probably not going to be super helpful.
Yeah.
Gorath is going to get a big grin on his face and go up to Yulia and be like,
Look, I got this star crystal, but, we're going to be 60 years in the future when we get back. So when we get back, it's going to be an antique star crystal.
That's very exciting. That's a pretty sweet crystal, Gorath.
And she says, he's been here. Well, don't tell him this. And she's going to whisper it like, he thinks he's been here for centuries, but he's been here for, maybe going on 60 years, apparently. I've been doing this for 3. You're the first break-in. Thanks so much on my watch. I'll probably get fired for this.
We swear we won't tell anyone.
Magic up that mirror of yours and you should be fine.
And she goes over to the mirror and she kind of touches it and she's like, what's it like through here? I've always wanted to know.
Weird.
And how is it you two can get through this and I can't?
It's a very long story.
It's complicated.
We did it purely by accident, and honestly, we wouldn't be able to tell you how to reproduce it.
Walking through
Yeah,
mirrors.
just, if you happen to find yourself dead and have an opportunity to come back, you might be able to walk through mirrors.
And she gives you that same look. She's like, okay, I asked for it.
Okay. Well, Gorath, ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And Yulia will thank the. Is she like just a mage also? I mean, just another mage.
Well, she told you her name, Dreadly Titchwillow.
Dreadly. Yeah, we'll think.
That is clearly a hag name.
Hag name?
Yep, you would know that she is, some sort of hag. Hags have all the fun names.
I was going to say, hag is has a lot of connotation in there.
Well,
okay.
like an actual hag, hags are like witches, but from from a weird kind of magic, right?
Interesting. Okay. Well, we will thank her for letting us out of here, and again, promise not to tell anyone, and peace out of there.
Cool. Yeah, and she gives you the have fun storming the castle kind of thing. And you guys walk through the mirror. There's another tearing sound.
Oh God. Okay.
And then when you walk through, I assume you guys are going to try to almost walk together holding hands.
Probably.
Yeah, you walk through and you're in the secret room, and immediately behind you comes McMuffin and Malik.
Oh shit.
And
so it's like nothing even happened.
Mm-hmm. And that's where we'll end today. That's all I got for you guys today.
Oh shit. Alrighty. Thank you for doing that, Brian. We had our game canceled on Wednesday too, so it was like, damn it. I want to be able to do something.
No,
yeah.
The beauty of this campaign is it's really easy to have side stuff.
Oh yeah, time magic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it was more what can we do here? And this was just a thing I had in my, back pocket.
Nice.
I hadn't really thought about using it here, but it was fun. I thought you guys would have. You would especially enjoy some. It's almost origin story kind of thing. I thought that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
How bad would that mage have fucked us up if we had let him out?
Super bad. Yeah. No, I had that plan just in case you wanted to do it. The cool thing there is, so he had tons of time to do rituals, so he had spells. Because you can do spells as a wizard or mage or whatever by holy water, a symbol, or a captured demon or whatever, or spirit, and or by rituals. So he had some rituals prepared for you guys.
Yeah, I think, again, it's not Yulia's area of expertise, but you see something inside of a circle of salt, you do not touch the salt.
Correct.
Do not touch the salt.
I thought for sure I could talk Gorath into trying it.
It's Yulia's mom voice that don't touch it, or I swear, you are so grounded.
Yeah. And I especially thought this would be funny just to have you two, because like that's totally the vibe of this. It's like, don't do it.
If McMuffin had been there, he would have let him out.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Or Birdie. Yeah, totally.
Oh my God, Birdie. Yeah.
You forgot all about Birdie, didn't you?
Right. Well, he's in the vacuum tube, so
He is in the vacuum tube, so he can't
Yep.
get up to too much for right now.
he's in
But
the
yeah,
dramatic.
Birdie would have been like, "My kindred, let me free you." Like, yeah. He would have absolutely been all up in that.
That was super fun.
Well, Gorath, you got a fancy crystal thing now.
Yeah.
A star crystal.
The star.
I was
crystal.
sure. I was absolutely certain it was going to do some Indiana Jones shit when Gorath picked it up. I was sure it was going to happen.
That's cool. Yeah, the salt was the trick. Like, don't touch the salt.
Don't touch the candy cane.
Shit'll go bad.
When McMuffin comes back, that'll be my summary for the entire side quest. Don't touch the salt. That's what we learned.